quick emergency preparedness response will help you with recovery from a disaster. When emergency preparedness response time is fast, you will be able to recover from a disaster more rapidly because you can avert many problems and issues that may have come up if you were unprepared. The first 72 hours is vital for survival when you are going through a disaster, so if you are unprepared, you will not be able to deal with the tragedies that come along with disaster. If you shorten your emergency preparedness response time by being prepared for a disaster, you will greatly increase your odds of survival. Your family will also be counting on you to help them handle the disaster and know what to do. Being prepared in advance with an emergency preparedness list will help you and your family be ready. Getting over the effects of a disaster will often take a lot of time. Your mental and physical well-being, along with your safety, are what you need to focus on. Because with proper disaster preparedness, your stress will be reduced along with the time for recovery. You can do this by knowing what to do in advance and where to access help from within your own disaster preparedness supplies, neighborhood disaster response services, along with city, state, and government response organizations. Be set up with a radio that runs on batteries so you can monitor the disaster situation while it's happening, because power is typically the first thing to go down. Monitor local stations because they can provide you with local information that can help you plan to stay in your home or evacuate. The local stations will also give updates on the evacuation routes, which you should have set before a disaster, and try to have alternatives ready that are less traveled than the main routes. Typically, the first 72 hours are the most crucial, and if you are properly prepared, you can survive and begin the long process of recovery. Having access to clean water with a personal emergency water filtration system is one of the most important things you can have in a disaster preparedness kit. Just storing water is not enough, because you never know how long you will be isolated. Also, there is a chance your water supplies will need to be shared with more people than you planned, or that your water supply could become contaminated, so it is always a good idea to have a backup survival water filter in case you need it. Absolute Rights has recently published the 170 Gallons a Day ebook to provide you with everything you need to know about how to clean dirty water in case of an emergency. The other valuable resource that you will need for survival of a disaster is the Get Out of Dodge ebook, because it has checklists for every type of disaster, along with emergency preparedness response recommendations for survival. www.bugoutreport.com